case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
Thomas Crawley Davis, a taxpayer embroiled in a thorny issue of property transfers and their tax implications in a divorce settlement, found himself before the Supreme Court in 1962 for the United States v. Davis case. Facing divorce, Davis had chosen to transfer appreciated property to his soon-to-be ex-wife as part of a property settlement agreement. In 1954, the couple had drawn up an agreement which included support payments and specific personal property that was to be passed on to the wife. The wife had agreed to this settlement, seeing it as a full and final resolution to any claims she may have against Davis. The transfer of the property in focus, which was the stock, took place in two parts, with one half handed over in 1955 and the rest at a later point. The dispute over the taxability of the transfer wasn't the only issue before the courts. They also grappled with the question of deductibility of attorney fees. Alongside the property, Davis had also made an oral commitment to pay his wife's legal expenses tied to tax matters. The tax court initially declared the transfer as a non-taxable division of property, since it was a part of marital obligations. The task of establishing the amount realized from the transfer was deemed complicated. However, on reaching the Supreme Court, the pendulum swung the other way. The Supreme Court overruled both previous courts, ruling that the gain was indeed taxable, contesting the idea that the marital rights were valued equally to the property exchanged. While deliberating on the attorney fees, the court allowed Davis a deduction of the amount paid to his personal attorney. However, striking down the deductibility of the wife's attorney fees, they reasoned that those expenses were not in connection with the determination, collection, or refund of any tax owed by Davis. In a split ruling, the Supreme Court resolved this conflict between lower courts, with a ruling stating that the transfer of stock was indeed taxable, while also standing firm on the non-deductibility of the ex-wife's legal expenses. The taxable gain was calculated based on the value of the stock on its transfer date. By this jurisprudence, the seemingly tangled intersection of tax law and divorce settlements found much-needed clarity.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit LSD.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.